you want to find a good book to read, then snap your fingers and follow me. At Black Girls Inc. will help you find that book, the perfect book for you to read. From Black authors that look like you and me, here on Black Girls Inc. with Sister Goose and Sugar Mommy. Here on Black Girls Inc.
There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Black Girls Inc. I'm your girl, Sister Goose. And I have here with me, as always, my lovely co-host, my mother, Mama. And I am what Mom, what am I? I am so excited to be interviewing our kin sister today. Y'all is in for a treat. We about to get some tea on the earth. Y'all get them cups ready. Y'all ready? All right, help us now. In Shay Davis. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. This
can
is
you hear me?
Exciting. Yep. Can you hear me? I can hear you. It was a little off during the intro, but you're good now. Thank you for having me. So excited to be here.
Yes, you are so welcome. I'm so excited for you to be here and to talk about your book. Mm-hmm. And we about to have us a good old time. Mm-hmm. So
I'm with it.
Let's jump right on in, okay?
Let's go.
Can you tell everybody the name of your book and what it is about?
Sure. The first book that we're going to talk about that I want to talk about tonight is Stay a Little Longer. I don't know if you can see it. That's my first baby. That's my very first baby. I just published that on July 7th of last year. So it's about two driven individuals who aren't really looking for love, and then they meet, instant chemistry, and then of course their goals then get in the way of what they're supposed to be doing. And so they don't know if they want to follow love or follow career goals, and they have a whole bunch of struggles along the way. Some interesting
that. Sound good? That sounds very, very good. Okay. So my next question for you is, how did you come up with this book?
So it's so funny that you asked that, because this is actually a big exaggeration on real life for me, this first book. Okay. So me and my husband and I, we've been together since 2008. And so a whole bunch of ups and downs. Then in 2010, we actually lived long distance. He actually left Philly because I'm from Philly. And he actually left Philly to pursue career opportunities in another state. So we were long distance for 2 years because I was still in college. Yeah. And so.
Yeah, right. She showed us long distance can work.
It can work. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was, close to DC. I was in Philly, so it still was only about 2.5 hours away. So that's not that bad in the grand scheme of long distance. Yeah. It's not like Serena and Blake, who were, Philly, and then he moved to San Francisco. So completely different. But so that's the exaggerated part. But yeah, so that's how that story came about. It was just something that was close to me.
Man, can we gotta give snaps to you and your boo for showing that long distance can work.
Yes.
Yeah, it can work. Because a lot of people can't do it. Whether they're an hour, 2 hours away, they can't do it.
10 minutes away, so.
Yeah,
you said some can't do it 10 minutes away.
We did it for 2 years. 2 years.
Wow. Power couple right there. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what kind of woman is your character? I don't want to say her name wrong. What's the name of the female in your book?
Serena.
So what kind of woman is Serena? How would you describe her?
She is an only child, and she had this wonderful picture of loving parents, and so she's a little spoiled, little self-centered, just a little bit, because it's always been all about her. Her parents had her later in life, and so and then she's career driven. Like both her parents are lawyers; they're retired lawyers, and so she wanted to follow in her parents' footsteps and become a successful, powerful lawyer as well. So she's yeah.
All right, that sounds good. So, what kind of man would you say Russell is?
Blake. So it's Blake Russell.
Oh,
so,
it's Blake Russell. Look, I called him by his last name. So, what kind of man is he?
So he is one of those, first, obviously, BDE characters. But so he literally, it was like completely opposite lifestyle of Serena, like broken home, didn't have a dad, mom was working all the time to, put food on the table. And so he was like, I can't be about this hood life. I gotta get up out the hood. I gotta do something with myself. I'm not falling into, a drug dealer. I'm not falling into these streets. So he was career driven on the strength that he wanted to change the pattern of what he saw growing up.
Okay. That's good. So I have to ask you, as an author, because you wrote your characters, your two main characters is a woman and a man. So which one was funner for you to write? Did you like writing the woman's part more or the man's part more? Like, how was it?
So with this book, actually, because it's written in third person, I got to enjoy writing both of their parts. So I love books that are in third person because you get to tell all of the emotions in the same scene. You don't have to wait to the next chapter. So I actually loved writing them equally because in the same scene, I got to experience both of their emotions at the same time as I wrote their story.
Oh, snaps to you for third person. That's different. I like that. Okay. That's cool. So I can't wait to read this book, third person. Interesting.
Listen, this is a series. I have one more book in the series, and I'm like, after this, I'm taking a break from third person, especially when I wrote projects in between and I wrote those in first person. Like, I'll be on my laptop and be like, no, she's not. No, this is third person. Stop. And so I was like, man, I'm going to take a break from third person because it is really hard to stay in a third person like mindset as you're writing. So after this series,
I believe that. I believe that. So, which character would you say has a piece of you more? Because our characters always sometimes have a little bit of us in them. So, which one would you say has a piece of you?
So funny. The best friend is actually Serena's best friend Kira has a lot of my no filter in me. Like she kind of just say whatever she want and F the world, like she don't care. And so that's kind of a big part of me. But Serena, so I also wanted to be a lawyer. So a part of Serena that I wrote is like what I had initially envisioned for my life. So while she's not necessarily me, it was like what I thought that I wanted to do when I was in my late teens and, graduating high school and going into college. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be this successful, powered, like corporate person. And then I realized I'm a paralegal. And then I realized the corporate world just ain't for me. I need to figure something else out. So Serena is what I thought I wanted to be. So it's a piece of who I thought I was before I really found myself.
Okay. So we're going to take a minute and read some of these comments because some of these people want to say hey. So we're going to acknowledge our fans real quick.
Okay, let's go.
Let's see. It come look. Soon as it come up for me, are you trying to act weird for me, StreamYard? Okay. Oh, and there we go. While we're waiting for it, I'll show the comments in a minute. Who would you recommend this book to read it? Who would you recommend this book for?
So I would recommend it to anyone who loves contemporary romance because it was definitely contemporary. However, Blake do got a little bit of, hood appeal. He grew up in the hood. So they got a little urban appeal, but he's not a drug dealer. He ain't running a big drug operation. So like if you only strictly urban, it might not be for you, but even still give it a try because I have turned a few urban readers onto the Space series.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
I heard her. Give her a try, even if you don't like urban. Just check her out. Take a little sip. You might like that tea. Okay.
Yeah. And if you like some spicy, sex scenes, definitely pick this up. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one because I can write some little spicy sex scenes.
I know. All right now. So we got
Hey Michelle.
Hello, Shay. Greetings, everyone. Hey.
Hey, Annette.
Hey. Look, Black Men's Inc. checking in. They coming to check you out, girl. That's justice. And then we got one more on the show. So glad I could catch this live.
Oh, this is my girl. Yes. Hey, Mocha Mommy Coffee. I love her. Get her coffee.
And you got the other host is here from the Black Men's Inc. He said hello. That's the king of romance. So both of the hosts are watching. Okay. Well, hey to the friends and family that came to support Shay.
Yes, let me know if y'all got some questions.
Right back on in here. Yeah, if y'all got questions, please post them in the comments and we will try to answer them the best we can in a timely fashion. So let's get to know Shay a little bit more. First of all, Shay, something I noticed when you came in the room. You have Shay, aka Eve Share. Like, so you want to explain that a little bit for everyone who's watching why you put there?
Yeah, so Eva Cherie is what I like to call my freaky alter ego, even though Shay can, put the pen to the freakiness too. But Eva is like my I call her my erotic side. So I actually wrote a book I have here, Held in Contempt. That one, and this is available in both Kindle, paperback, and just released on Audible last week. And I have two amazing narrators, super Emmanuel Ingram and Wesley Chabon, super crazy dope narrators. And it has a storyline. Don't get me wrong. I like story. Even though it's erotica, doesn't mean it can't have a storyline. So it doesn't have like it ain't all sex. I mean, it's a lot, but it is a good storyline behind it too. So that is Eva Cherie. She writes erotica. She will have you on the edge of your seat needing a change of panties. Okay.
I love that you have two different pen names for two different styles, because that showed other authors you can have two different pen names, y'all.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So what made you say, you know what, since I wrote this type of book, I need to put a different pen name to it? Was it for your fans so you can try to get a new audience, or was it for you so you can let everyone know the difference in your writing?
Well, first of all, before last July, I ain't had no audience because that was when I released my first book. Right. But I had done so much research before actually releasing my first book. I have been writing for a few years. I had just been checking out the scene and, blogs and everything else. So I knew that I wanted to have something where I didn't want it to be judged like, oh, it's too much sex, because, people comment, you'll see those comments under books. It's like, oh, it's too much sex. And I'm like, well, now you can't say that, because if you do, you must have missed the part where it said erotica. Like, so I see a lot of times, a lot of people will be like, oh, I actually did see one comment. It was like, oh, it was a lot of sex. Did you miss erotic novella?
I told you.
I told you it was coming.
No, they say that, but they still kept on reading though, right? So
you said I know that's right, Sugar Mama. I know that's right.
To avoid the conflict, I kind of set it up that way. And then Eva Cherie is completely solo. Shay Davis, I'm signed under dope new publisher K Renee Presents. So all of that, most of my Shay Davis stuff that has come out so far is under her. And Eva Cherie is completely indie. So I do all of that on my own.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, Mom. Ask a question.
So because you had two names, how did you read or stay? Let you know that the other one is still you.
So I don't, some people hide that they have multiple pen names, or they don't want to be known or connected with the other one. I'm completely open. Everywhere I go is Shay, aka Eva. I think my Twitter is actually Shay, aka Eva. If you when I'm nasty, like so, like I let everybody know that I'm both. Like I'm one and the same. She is me. I am she. Just a little bit something different over here.
Okay. I actually like that you have two different names. I think it's cool. We all got alter egos, and I think it's cool that you let your alter ego speak through your books. Let her free. You gotta let her free sometimes.
Yes. It's so funny though. I just wrote a Valentine's Day book that's coming out probably in a week or two. And I wrote it under Shay Davis though, and then as I'm writing some of these scenes. I'm like, Lord, there's some Eva up in here, but I'm like, but it's Valentine's Day. It's supposed to be sexy.
So I have a question for you. It might sound funny, it might not, but do you ever think like Shay and Eva will collaborate on a book?
I mean, I can see that. I can see that only because how spicy my Valentine's Day book was. So I could do a collective more so, maybe, just like maybe a collective of like short stories. It's like you don't know who you're going to get in whatever short story. So I could definitely see that. I can see Melvin too.
That's Sister Goose just trying to get some tea right there. Just trying to get some tea. So my next question for you, since we're talking about, your alter ego name and your regular name, let's just get into it and talk about how many books do you have, sis?
So I have 5 books published. The only book that I don't have here in paperback is my Christmas novella, A Dash of Christmas Magic.
Okay.
I'm thinking about putting those in paperback and doing like a Christmas in July sale for that. So I'm thinking about putting that in paperback for June. Yes. Everybody loves that little idea, Christmas in the summertime.
I love Christmas in July. Don't play with me.
So I'm thinking of putting the Christmas book in paperback to do a Christmas in July sale. But I have 5 books. Stay a Little Longer, Stay Forever, which is part 2 of Stay a Little Longer, and then Just Want to Be Loved, which is a spinoff for 2 of the characters in Stay Forever and Stay a Little Longer. And then I have The Held in Contempt and The Dash of Christmas Magic.
Okay.
And then also, like I said, I have the Valentine's Day book coming out this month, and Just Want to Be Loved 2 is coming out hopefully the end of the month, beginning of March. I don't want to make no promises. I don't know how many of y'all readers who already was in my inbox up in here. So, I don't have a specific date yet, but I'm trying.
Okay. It's cool. Well, I got some news for you. Okay, I got some news for you. I don't know how much you watched our show. Get the bell ready, Mom, because we about to celebrate. We have something where we celebrate, where if you get 5 books or more, what they call, Mom? Book queen. Hey, she's a book queen. We call you.
All right now. So I can think it.
Yes, when you got 5 books or more, you're a book queen. And when you get to 10 books, which I feel is not going to be long, let us know so we can celebrate with you, because then you'll be a boss book queen.
Okay.
So let us know. We are all about encouraging our authors to keep writing. So definitely hit us up so we can celebrate when you hit that.
Definitely. Look, listen, I'm trying to make this my full-time job for the next 3 to 5 years. So y'all gonna keep getting these books.
I know that's like a book. So whenever you go on your Twitter, social media, whatever, you can put hashtag Black Girls Inc. Book Queen.
All right now.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. We got another book queen. I'm so excited. I always get excited when we get to add women. And I'm just waiting for one of our women to up a level so we can celebrate going up. We ain't get to do that yet, Shay. So maybe you'll be the first one we get to celebrate going to the next level.
Yeah. I got 2 books coming out very soon, and I have outlines for a lot more stories. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm new. or what, but the ideas have been just flowing. I just wish I had more time to write because I'm an old lady in the inside and I like going to bed early.
Oh, yeah, I can come here and do a book.
Well, let it keep flowing. Let it keep flowing, girl. We love it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so, and we'll tell her that later, Mom. We can't tell her that yet. So hold
Save
on.
some for later.
Yeah.
Don't tell all your secrets.
So we will tell you something later. So before I look at the comments, because actually I can look at them now. Someone said, "Oh, I love this collaboration of short stories idea. Look at that. Look at that, Shay. Somebody loving it."
All right, I got like 3 projects in front of that. We'll see about that in the summertime.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
How she came to watch. She said, "Congratulations to you."
Thank you.
Yes. Shay's doing some big things out here. So, Shay, we want to get to know you on a deeper level because not only on this show do we get to know you as an author, we get to know you as a person and a writer, period. So, my next question for you is, when did Shay fall in love with writing?
Listen, that was like the very first thing I fell in love with. So in my bio, I don't know if you went to my website or not. I explained a little bit of my backstory. So I am from Philly, but after a while, I think after like 6th grade, I went to school in the suburbs. I still lived in the hood, but went to school in the suburbs. My parents was trying to do their due diligence and making sure I got a proper education outside of, inner city schools. So with that, like I never really fit in nowhere. I kind of was like, my friends in the hood was like, "Oh, you a sellout," blah blah blah. And then up in the suburbs, going to school out in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, with not a lot of people that look at me. It was just like, "Oh, you ghetto, you hood." Like now I don't fit in that circle either. And then I'm trying to find like the 3 black people that. So it was just kind of awkward. It was a really awkward phase in my life. So I did a lot of journaling, and probably from like the age of like 12, 13, I did a lot of journaling. And then as I got in high school, I still was in the suburbs, but I moved a little closer to the city. It wasn't as far out. It was a school a little closer to the city, so I still had access. And it was more of a mixed scene. So I actually used to write books in like little spiral bound notebooks. And then me and my friends would pass them around and they would like read them throughout the week. And then they would give me back the notebook and be like, "Shay, I need the next pages. Like, what's going to happen next?" I wish I still had those notebooks because I can't even imagine what was on those pages. So that was kind of how it started. And then I took a break because I had a kid, life, all of that other good stuff. In 2017, I came back to it and was like, you know what? I'm going to write this book. And it took me a few years to get it done, but 2017, then in 2020, I published my first book.
Hey, give me some snaps. That was sounding all aggressive with it. Like, y'all better give her some snaps. I love it though, Shay. Like a lot of us writers had that in common where we write in school, like high school years, sharing it with our friends. Girl, I had like 10 of them. I can't find them.
I can't. You know what's crazy though? I still have my journals. I think my girlfriends kept those spiral books with my stories in it because I still got all my journals. I have journals as far back as 7th grade. Oh, wow. And I actually was cleaning out my closet a few years ago. And I was reading some of the pages.
Girl.
And I can't, it's just a part of me can't let it go. But like when I read these pages, I said, "Man, was
one of my best friends actually hit me up and she said, "Guess what I got?" I was like, "What?" It was my best friend, Audie. She was like, "I got the notebook with one of your stories." I was like, "Oh, for real?" She said, "Yeah." I was like, "Girl, you need to give me that." She said, "I'm gonna have to read it again first." I was like, "What?" I want my book. But I did get one of mine years later. And the way I used to write mine in high school, whoever I was crushing on or going with, that's what I put in my book.
Mm-hmm.
When I was reading these books, I was like, "Girl, you was crazy." But it was
I remember. I haven't seen one of mine in a long time, but I remember I was a fast ass little thing, and my stories was just way too much for what a 15, 16-year-old should have been writing. Doing way too much.
Shay, in our books, we can do whatever we want, and we can't get in trouble because we ain't really do it.
Right. Well.
We ain't really do it, y'all.
I know, right? It was all in our imagination. That's how we gonna leave it.
So, what other things do Shay like to do other than just write?
I read a lot, and it has been like so sad that I have not been able to read as much as I used to because I'm busy writing on my free time. Mm-hmm. But I used to read I could read 2 books a day. That was how much of a life I don't have. I don't do nothing. I mean, I went out a little bit, but I love to read. And I love hanging out. I'm so over freaking Corona. I'm ready to see my girls. I'm ready to go back to Philly and hang out and have some drinks, all that other stuff. But for the most part, I just I'm a homebody. I like to read. I like to shop. My shoe closet, listen, when the world opened back up, I'm about to kill a game with all the shoes I bought during quarantine. The shoe game is about to be on point. I'm about to kill it. Look, listen, I work sometimes remote, and then sometimes I go into the office. On the days I go into the office, it ain't nothing but 10 people in my office, and we all got our own offices. Girl, I be dressed to the nines, heels on. I don't care. Y'all gonna get all this today because I don't get to go nowhere.
Look, you can't wait to get back to what?
Wearing my lipstick.
To wearing your lipstick. Right? She got her lipstick stuff ready.
I can't wait. If you can't wear something.
With all the masks and everything, you can't listen. I'm ready.
Well, I like being inside, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I did too. So I liked being inside. I actually just took a personality test, and I'm 60% extrovert and 40% introvert. And so I like being inside, but it's sometimes I get to that breaking point where I need I need to go. I need peopling. I need to be around people. I need to have conversation. Right. And other than my 2-year-old talking about PJ Masks and whatever other kitty show.
Yes, I love that. So Shay, I gotta ask you because you are a mother. How many children do you have?
I have 2 children. I have a 16-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Right. I was almost done. I was
You was finished.
She was almost at the finish line.
Almost at the finish line. Listen, now it's gonna be college and daycare.
Girl, I gotta ask you, how do you balance it? Because a lot of moms have a hard time figuring out how to balance writing their books and being a mother and stuff. Mm-hmm. And you got 5 books, so Shay, you doing something right. So give us books.
I have an amazing husband who has helped take up a lot of this. I've had schedules, so we do. For instance, tonight he's on bedtime and bath time. I didn't have to worry about anything. He's packing the daycare bag. So it was just he's been a great support. So that's always been awesome. And then I'm the type of person that I kind of go a little off once I decide I want to do something. I just go off the deep end. Like I said, I'm normally in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. When I'm writing, I can be up to 2 o'clock in the morning. And so, for instance, Held in Content, my erotic novella, I wrote it in 6 days because it was just flowing so well. I was up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, regretting it the next day. But because I knew it was something that I wanted to do, I was able to put that effort into staying up and being focused. So it's just when I put my mind to something, I'm just I'm going to do it. Oh, well. It's just gonna get done.
Man, I love that. Come on, Mom, get your hands together. Snap to the husband for the support. For real. What's your husband's name?
Jamal.
Snap to Jamal.
he gonna look at this and be like, she's rolling, which makes she tripping. He's a super laid back person. He hate attention. I'm
but because if it wasn't for Brother Goose, for me, my husband. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be doing this. Right. I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to do my stories and stuff like that because he doing bedtime right now.
Right. Exactly.
you know, so ain't nothing like having the support of a good
No,
partner.
nothing at all. Nothing like it.
I love that. I celebrate Black love. So
It's right, and that's what I love writing about. Yes, and I love writing about it, and I love, like, for instance, just underlying things that we go through in the Black community, and it don't always have to be negative, or it can be negative when you come out of it on the positive. You come out of the other end.
Exactly, because Black love do exist.
It sure do. It sure do. Like,
And
don't let these rappers and all this other stuff fill y'all head up with this nonsense. Go find you a good man. He out there.
Black love is bomb. Ain't nothing like Black love.
Listen,
it's like people don't understand the bread with the syrup and stuff on it. It's Black love. You don't understand it.
You don't understand the struggle.
Say lima beans and cornbread.
Lima beans and cornbread.
I can't get with the lima beans. I'm with the cornbread, but I might starve.
That's what it is, Shay. It's fried chicken with macaroni and cheese.
Now that, let's do all of that. We can do all of that.
And the flavor's ridiculous.
It's the flavor. Listen. We throw a little bit extra seasoning on everything. We just all that. Like, we just got a little bit extra sauce on everything we do.
Right? So look, we got Shay. You are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Snap.
Thanks.
Tina gave you some hearts.
You wouldn't even know that I was nervous. Like, I'm trying.
Don't be nervous, girl. Look, we got you. You home.
So I need to get better with, like, public speaking now that I'm doing this whole author thing, because eventually the world is going to open back up and I'm going to do book signings and meet readers and stuff like that. So definitely something I want to work on.
Speak it into the atmosphere. I know that's right. You're going to be going all over the world.
Oh, yes. Listen. Yes. As soon as the world opens back up, I'm gonna need everybody else to go ahead and get their shots. So I don't have to take one because I don't know if I'm playing with it. But just make it everybody else go get the vaccine. So I don't have to.
I know that's right. Okay. So, Sister Goose, I love to give me some tea. That's what we do here.
Yep.
I get a little bit of tea. I got a little bit of it though, but I always try to push for a little bit more because I be thirsty for tea.
What you want to know?
So what's next for Shay or Eve as an author? Like, what's next for y'all?
So I just turned in a Valentine's Day story. It's called The Marriage Contract. And so you kind of getting some of the first information because I only posted visuals in my group. I have a Facebook group called the Shea Butter Lounge.
Okay, let me sit this while you tell it then. Go ahead.
And so I did post the visuals in the group, and man, when you get off here, go look at these visuals because good God.
Good God.
But anyway, yes. So I'm actually getting ready to post the synopsis in a little bit, but it's the marriage contract, so you can kind of get the gist of where I'm going with that. But it's hot, it's spicy, it's Valentine's Day, And then I'm always a big fan of Happily Ever After. So, you can show a little Happily Ever After in there with a mix of drama and dose of ups and downs. So that's next.
Is that book? Well, you say you don't know yet, so you don't know if that's under Shay or Eve yet?
No, that is under Shay, and that's going to be released under my publisher, K. Renee Presents. So that is definitely,
Well, snap
so
that.
Thanks.
Yes.
And then the next, I do have a character in the spinoff for the Held in Contempt, which is under Eva Cherie. So the main character is an attorney. And you see, I like the legal thing. Like, I ain't got to research when I'm writing about the legal field. I don't got to research. I've been a paralegal for 10 years. I don't got to do too much research. But her legal secretary is getting the story. So, like, the paralegal's legal secretary. And that's going to be under Eva. And I outlined that. But I'm trying to get the sequel to Just Want to Be Loved, which is the final book of the Stay series, done by the end of the month. So that's the tea with what's up next.
You on it.
You is on some good tea. Mom, did you get full on that? You said snap.
Yeah.
Look, listen, I have to write everything down. When everything is written down, I kind of, I stick to it a little bit better. Like, if it's just in my brain, I'm like, all right, I'll get to it. So I like to write it on paper or write it in my, documents. And just keep it on file.
So do you think that you or Eve, I don't know, it might be more Shay than Eve because Eve know what she writes. She's staying there. Do you think you might want to try other genres, or you think you're going to stick to these two genres right here?
So in Under Shay, I kind of really want to do a paranormal. I love paranormal and fantasy. Like that is one of my biggest genres that like I used to listen to. And then I kind of fell back a little bit because you don't find enough Black authors to do it. You know what I mean? Like you got to dig super deep. So every time I would find the author, I would breeze through their catalog in a few days because it's like you don't have it. So excuse me, I definitely want to do that. I don't know how soon that'll be because that's a lot of research.
So
that
Shay
is a lot.
Make her own world. That's what you about to do?
Yeah. I want to. And I don't know how soon.
A couple authors who write books like that. I'm just saying, you want to talk to one of them, let me know.
Yes, definitely. So, but even in the romance area, I definitely already have a visual for like my own town, like the own fictitious town and everything, even in the romance world. But I definitely still want to dip into fantasy.
But guys, already rocking with you. She said paranormal. Yes, it's awesome.
Isn't it? It's so good. So good.
It is. Well, I'm going to be rooting for you on that. Please keep me up.
Thank you.
When you
Thank you.
That.
And I got a bunch of pen sisters in urban who writes urban under K Renee Presents. So I got a bunch of urban writers. I might collab with one of they want to do a few of them want to do a collab. I might collab and do a little urban. You know, I might go ahead and give me a little drug lord.
She done gave us some more tea. They might do a collab, Mom. I'm getting stuck on this tea. You got me drooling on the tea over here. I wasn't ready.
So I definitely want to do that. One of the other authors, we are actually we want to do a erotica collab as well. We both just been like cranking out these books that we got to get it on the schedule. But I got a whole bunch of stuff in the works that I want to get to, want to do. I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to 3 to 5 years. This is going to be full time, if not sooner. I ain't got time.
Get it, Shay. Get Shay some snacks. Get the whole shelf. That's book queen right there. That's how book queens do. She gonna be a boss queen before we know it, y'all. I wouldn't be surprised in 2-3 weeks. She'd be like, Sister Goose, I got 10 books.
I don't know about that. Maybe by mid-March. I might come holler at you in mid-March and be like, all right, the 10th book is about to drop. But even that's soon.
And we will definitely celebrate with you. That's let's say some more snacks. Can never get enough snacks. Okay. So, what do you want your readers to know about Shay and Eve? Either way, what do you want them to know about you as a person other than just the writer?
I'm a super cool, kind of laid back person. I mean, I could be hype. Like I said, I'm 60% extrovert, so I could be a little extra, but I try not to be. I'm a Leo, if that makes sense, so I could be extra. We all extra in a little bit. I claim it. I own it. But no, I'm super cool, laid back. You know, I love having conversations about anything. Like, you know, we could talk about books. We could talk about politics. Not that that's really what you want to talk about nowadays, but you know, I can flip the switch and go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm a chameleon. I can be universal if I need to be. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of my thing. And most of the time people gravitate towards me, and I'm pretty good at, you know, having those connections. And it's so funny because like I'm actually like the 40% of me that just want to be left alone. I don't be knowing why people like me so much. I'll be like, I don't really want to talk right now.
But all right. Personality though. Personality. I'm enjoying it and I'm interviewing you.
Thank you. My husband always making fun of me because like at work, like they always love me. Like whenever I leave a job, they be like so disappointed, like, no, what can we do to make you stay? And he be like, you be fooling motherfuckers with them dimples. That's what you be doing. He was like, you be fooling people with them. You ain't got me fooled.
But that's good, especially for you as an author.
and you say you want to start going out and signing books and stuff, that's going to keep them readers keep coming because they're going to like the personality on top of that.
Yes, and I love talking about books, so we can. That's the type of energy I want. I want to be outside. I want to be out of the corporate energy. Right. I want to be mixed. I'm going to be in a mix with my readers because I read too. Let's talk about my books. Let's talk about other books. Let's just converse and have a good time. Like let's get into it.
There you go, Shay. Look,
that's what we're missing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so, Rona, go away. That's what we need. That's what we really need. I'm ready to catch flights.
Right? You said I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make this happen. I know that's right.
If not, by the end of the year, I'm gonna find the least infected island. I'm gonna be up in there with my suit, with my non-contamination suit on the airplane. They're stripping off to my bikini. Look, listen, I'm gonna be dipping my toe in somebody clear blue water this year. Like,
there you go. Speak it, girl, and look, let us know because we trying to travel too.
Listen, I'm ready.
And we might see you there.
Yes, like 2020 was a dumpster fire. I'm ready to put that out and leave it.
Exactly. So we're about to have tea time, but before we do, I want to give two people a shout out to let y'all know about if y'all liking Sister Goose's earrings and her necklace. We got to thank Lynn. Here go her information if you want to order some costume jewelry. This is who provided us with our jewelry. Thank you, Lynn. We love you for that. You know, she's a very loyal fan of Black Girls Inc. and she sent us some jewelry. So thank you, Lynn.
Yeah. Shout out to Lynn.
And also, if you want to be a writer, but you don't know where to begin and you're trying to figure it out, then hit up our pen sister, who's also a member of Black Girls Inc., Lynette. Hit her up. She's a writing coach. She can help you get started on your books and try to teach you. Well, not try. She will teach you how to turn your story into a book because, as she always say, your words are powerful. Yes. So, Shay, we about to get to my mama's favorite time of the show.
All right, what's
your favorite time, Mom?
That bell, I can't.
Tea time. Now, for those who do not know, tea time is when we take the author's book that we are interviewing and we make a topic off of their book to talk about freely, whether it's the title, the characters. We use a phrase in the book or we use a situation that's happening and we talk about it hypothetically as a topic. So please feel free to join us in on this tea time topic and put the comments in below and we'll read your comments too. So Shay, you ready to get into this tea time with us, girl?
I'm ready. What you got?
All right, let's do it. Tea time. So the tea time question that we based off of Shay's book is from the situation she was telling us about before. Do you think a couple can stay together with two different goals? Do you think a couple who have different goals can stay together? And before y'all even say, well, what's the goals? Come up with your own hypothetical goals to answer the question. Okay? I'm just making the basic question. So do you think two couples with different type of goals can stay together? So
I do.
You do? Go ahead, Shay, answer the question.
I mean, it is so hard. I do, like I said, stay a little longer is kind of exaggeration of reality. So I definitely think that it can work. But listen, not without them trials. Listen. Yo, you got to be patient. If y'all goals and drive on the line, it is tough. It is tough. So yeah, it is definitely tough. It's trial and error, and then break up, the makeup, to be like, you know what, like, I can't stand you, but I really can't stand nobody else either. So get your ass back here.
Right? I can't stand you, but I love the way you get on my nerves at the same time.
Right. So it definitely can work. It definitely can work. But I'll even give you a little bit more. It's so funny, like in the situation and with Blake and Serena when they meet. I had to exaggerate and I flipped it around a little bit because Blake like was instantly attracted to Serena and was like, yeah, I want her, like, whatever. He didn't even know her. And so, but in real life, Lord, my husband played the hell out of me. Lord, he was like, nah, I'm good. Like, did he just
I'm good. I'm good.
like, I was like, you want to dance? He was like, no. What you mean, though? Like, I was 20. I was skinny. I was like,
right?
Nobody.
And that's the one we want for. No, that's the one we be like,
I hate that experience too. It broke, man. I was in tears. I was in tears. I asked somebody to dance because I was dating him. He said, no. I was like,
oh, see, but that's the thing. Like I told you how like I could be a little extra. Don't tell me no. If you want to say that, if you really, really want to get under Shay's skin, tell her no.
That's how you said tell her no, and I'm gonna show you.
So, I mean,
go ahead.
But it continued. I was like, you want to dance? No. Then at the end of the night, you gonna put my number in your phone? No. Oh, he really is playing hard to get. Come to find out, he really wasn't playing hard to get. He hated my hair. He was like, I hated your hairstyle. This is what I found out years later.
I mean, you should have told him. Look, you could have told him what I would say. I'm like, baby, we could change that. That ain't a problem.
I was wearing wigs and weaves back then. That ain't nothing but
change that. Who you want to meet, Sasha, Becky, or Rhonda? Which one?
That was funny. It's so funny because initially when Blake and Serena met, I was going to like have that scene mimic real life, but I was like, no, it's so much cuter if they actually are like drawn to each other and have that like instant connection. Right. But the real life is much funnier.
Like that. So actually had some people answer the question. So I'm gonna show some of the comments, Mom, and then I'm gonna let you answer. So he came up with his hypothetical situation, and he said it's very difficult. A house divided cannot stand. So I get what he's saying, and he said the dividing keeps it together. So okay, I get what he's saying. So he's talking about marriage couples. It wouldn't work if they had separate goals, and I agree.
I mean, me and my husband have very, very separate goals, and it took me a long time to even figure out what I wanted to do in my life. Like I had no idea. Like it just so happened that I was good at one thing. I was good at being a paralegal. I was great at it, so I could always find a job. But that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wasn't happy. I actually was depressed a little bit for a little while because it was just like, I don't want to do this. Who cares? Like, I don't care about these people. I don't care about their problems, So, and he is like super goal-oriented, career-driven, don't see nothing else when he sets his mind to it. And I'm like, I'm going to sit on this couch and eat these chips. And I don't even.
So I think that's what the publisher is saying. I guess he's saying, as a married couple, if you're not supporting on the goal,
so it was like our goals were different, but our goals was completely different. But he supported every crazy little idea that I thought I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be going to real estate, and then so he supported that. And then I wanted to, and I hated one job, so I quit that job and got another job, and he supported that. And then and I know I was giving him a headache and getting on his nerves. But he really did support like all of my little ups and downs, and so now he's like so happy that like I found this whole author thing. He's like, you seem to really like it. This is what you want. This is He's like, and he's probably like, more about Tom. No, he probably thinking God like, how about Tom? You gave her ass something she was good at.
You ready to answer, Sugar Mama? Okay, so what's your answer?
My answer is this: it depends on what the goal is. Because if I want to be president, this one over here want to be doing adult books and stuff with me, adult movies.
Oh, adult movies?
That wouldn't work.
Oh, so you said them goals would work.
I can't put in adult movies. I'm trying to be the president. No, I can't do that.
So you have to be like-minded. Your goals don't have to align. However, there has to be some level of like-mindedness.
Yeah, that's what y'all saying.
Can work together. They gotta be saying together.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I'm gonna use the hypothetical situation of career goals, and let's say his career goal might mean that he got to move here, there, and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But mine is to stay here. And
Mhm.
that might be difficult because it might be hard for me because you move around too much.
You sound like Serena. She wanted to stay in Philly. She was born and raised.
I'm a clingy. I'm not clingy, but I need my man here, like right on the weekends and stuff. I don't want to have to wait 2 weeks to see you. But it might be a little hard with your jobs because sometimes his job, if he's in a different area, he could be working when you're off, and then you're working when he's off, and you can never meet.
Right.
So the physical is already not there, and then the actual phone conversation. Yeah. Look, listen. I told you I did the 2-year thing. For 2 years, I did the long distance thing. We saw each other maybe once a month, maybe once every other month. But like I'm not that clingy. So it's like, all right, like it might go 3 weeks before I'm like, I really miss you. Or like that it might be that one time where like I just hop in the car and surprise, I'm over here in DC at your door. What's up? and I'm checking on you. What you got? What's going on? What's behind door number 1?
I'm gonna read some of these comments. We got some more. I believe it can be done with patience and hard work. It can be done.
Patience, Lord.
Patience. That's a big word, man. Woo.
we went at the same time.
Patience, it's fun to say and be like, yeah, you just got some patience. But when you the one who got to have the patience, it'd be like, well, how long this patient gonna be? Okay.
Listen, patience is it's not my virtue. I don't.
Right? I like to say it, but I have a hard time doing it.
Gotta be equally yoked. Yes.
Yep, you gotta be equally yoked. That is what marriage is about. That's very true. So she must be agreeing with the evenly yoked. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, God has I'm guessing that's all
a way of keeping things together.
Yeah,
this is what I understand.
After being married for 22 years. Snap to you for 22 years.
I'm trying to get there.
Woo! 22 years? 22. That's almost my lifetime. I'm 29.
Listen.
Woo, that's a lot of waking up to the same person every morning. With the same attitude.
Yeah.
But you might as well get used to it. You said you're married. So
I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. Come on now.
Every now and then
you be like, it was so funny. We were watching a movie and the character was looking at her husband sleeping. He's like, he's just breathing. You had those moments where it's just like, you breathing. Like,
But I believe if you love someone enough, and I agree because it seemed like we're all saying the same thing. If you love someone enough, compromise is key. You can work it out if you really want to.
Yeah, so you have to have like-minded.
But you gotta love them enough and have self-control.
But my main thing that I want to say, especially for women, it's okay to compromise and work it out, but do not lose yourself in it. Don't compromise losing yourself in it though, because we know for giving up our goals to compromise for the man we love.
And then when we want to go, he drop you.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's okay to compromise, my sisters, but don't lose yourself. Don't let that be a compromise for you.
You been at home with the kids for 20 years, and after he is whatever, he kick you to the curb, and now you ain't went to school, you ain't did nothing.
I know, because you compromised yourself.
But she's 15 years older now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now everything's sagging.
Yes. But the reason we did tea time, everyone, is because that's actually a situation that happens in Shay's book. And if we was able to make a fun topic off of that, and I ain't even read the whole book yet, imagine what we'll get if we read the whole book.
Why don't you read it and see if they work it out?
Yeah, so y'all need to read her book to see if her characters work it out with their two different goals or not. Yeah, so can you please show them the book again, sis, and let them know where they can get it, and tell them your platforms and stuff where they can follow you. The mic is yours.
So this is stay a little longer, and you can follow me in the Shea Butter Lounge on Facebook, author Shay Davis on Facebook, author Shay Davis on Instagram, Shay Davis Pens on Twitter. And my website, you can find all of this. So you don't have to remember all of that. Just remember this one thing, ShayDavisPens.com. Everything is listed and connected on ShayDavisPens.com. You can download the Kindle versions. You can buy paperbacks.
Ooh.
You can click to all of my other social media profiles, all at ShayDavisPens.com.
I'm gonna do you one better. Leave your website page and the link. I'll send you the video if you can't get to it. I'll send it to you so you can put that website in the comments. So all they gotta do is click it.
Yes.
So for those who are watching and you want to get a book, right after this video, just wait for a minute. And later on tonight, her information will be in the comments so you can click on it and go get you a book.
Yes. Yes. Download today.
How they do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Shay.
Yes.
I had some fun. Not only did I have fun, girl, you filled me up on some tea. I don't even need to eat because I'm just full on all the tea you gave me.
Well, I'm glad that you were entertained off of this book / reality.
I really enjoyed your company tonight.
Thank you. I enjoyed being here.
To read your book. I actually already got it on my screen, ready to download. So
thank you. I got you.
Kindle book. Because I like reading the Kindle book so I can read it everywhere I go.
I know that's right.
I cannot wait to read your book, sis.
I can't wait to hear your feedback.
Yes, y'all better make sure y'all read her book. And not only do when you read her book, please make sure you leave reviews.
Yeah.
Leave reviews, y'all. Let the authors know that you love their books. Not just for the authors, but so other readers, when they see it, they look at reviews too. And they can be like,
and also, if you love the book and you review it, the more reviews, the more we get recognized on Amazon.
Exactly.
So the more reviews we get, if you like the book, someone else may like the book, and then Amazon will share, books for other readers. So help us promote ourselves through Amazon, through their tools.
Yes, it don't take much to leave a comment for a review. Even if you just say, I just love this book. She's a good author. We'll take that. But leave a review, people. Leave a review.
Look, listen, I'll take the ones even if you don't like it. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know your feelings.
Review.
Clicking on that. Right.
Okay, I just had to say that. Okay, because people get books, but they don't want to leave a review. Come on, give me like 5 seconds with a review. Goodness, look. One of the authors agrees. She said yes, reviews, and they don't have to be long. Be positive, or right?
Yes, or be constructive. If you don't like the book, that's fine. Everybody has their own lane, but make sure you are constructive. Don't be like, oh, this author. You know what I mean? Just don't be in here bashing. Just be constructive. I'll leave you guys with that.
So, Shay.
Yes.
Now that we interview you, do you know what this means?
No, what does this mean?
This means you are now a Black Girls Inc. member. Snap for yourself, girl.
All right, now.
Yes. So when you are a member, that means you are always welcome to come back. When you have a book release date, I don't know if we'll be able to do the February one, but if you got one later on, let us know ahead of time so we can try to have you on and celebrate your book release with you. Also, we don't just do interviews here. We also do topic discussions, just like we did for Tea Time. And we can use you for those things. And you can advertise your book and stuff again. So welcome to the club, sister. You are part of Black Girls.
Thank you. All right, now. Thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome. So everybody, please make sure y'all show Shay some love. Go support our pen sister.
And leave a review.
Go read her book and leave her a review. Okay?
All right.
Look, I'm saying okay, like I wait for them to answer me back.
It was a virtual okay. Stay in the comments.
Right. Well, y'all, I hate this time of the show, but I gotta say it.
Well, it happens.
It's time for Sister Goose to go.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Shay, for being here, and I can't wait.
Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun. I really did.
I'm so glad you did. And if any of y'all's on Clubhouse, follow me at Sister Goose, because tonight I'm going to be doing a room where readers is going to be reading their pieces. We want to hear people.
Oh well, let me go follow you. I'm on Clubhouse too.
Yeah, I think I'm actually following you already too. But
maybe I am too.
I'm not Goose.
I'm new to Clubhouse.
Me and my pen sister Lynette's doing a room where we are doing a share your story night, and you can come read a page or a paragraph. You know, just get your work out there. You never know who's listening. Clubhouse is all about network. So you never know. Well, y'all, I'm your girl, Sister Goose.
And I'm Sugar Mama.
And we are Black Girls Inc. Snap you later.
You want to find a good book to read? Then snap your fingers and follow me. At Black Girls Inc. will help you find that book. The perfect book for you to read. From Black authors that look like you and me. Here on Black Girls Inc. With Sister Goose and Sugar Mommy. Here on Black Girls Inc.